The iPhone 6 Plus sparks a lot of questions that I think only time can truly give us the answers to. So with that, I present to you my iPhone 6 Plus challenge. So what's up guys, Jonathan here with TLD. Hope you guys are doing well. And up until this point, I've been primarily using the iPhone 6 as my main phone, getting that ready for review, which is coming out shortly. So if you have not yet subscribed, definitely feel free to do that. But the point of this video was to let you guys know that I'm taking a little bit different of an approach for the iPhone 6 Plus. So starting today, I'll be switching over to it as my daily driver, as the cool kids are calling it, for 30 days with the intentions of answering some questions that I have and that I think you might find useful. First and foremost, one of the most obvious questions surrounding the iPhone 6 Plus, I think, is the size. Is it too big for day-to-day use? And I'll admit, the first time I picked it up, I looked at it and said, holy big phone Batman. Because for me, the ideal sweet spot in terms of smartphone screen size is anywhere between 4.7 and 5.1 inches in terms of where I'm most comfortable. But with anything, I understand there's a transition and adjustment period, so I'm curious to see if I use this on a daily basis, will that change and will I start to become more accustomed to the larger size of the iPhone 6 Plus? I've used and loved Notes before, not so much for the screen size, but more so for the battery life. And that is something that is really attractive for me on the iPhone 6 Plus as well. Like I said, I've been primarily using the iPhone 6, so I hadn't touched the iPhone 6 Plus in a little over a week, and I went to grab it out of my bag with the intentions of charging it because, you know, I figured it was dead, but much to my surprise, it still had a charge. I tweeted out the other day a screenshot of the battery usage on the iPhone 6 Plus after it had been in my bag, and it had some insane standby time of like nearly 9 days. So I'm really curious to see how that translates into day-to-day use, and I think using it for an extended period of time will really help paint that picture. Now, if you've caught my most recent video, I explained the whole iPhone 6 Plus bending issue in the most balanced and neutral perspective I possibly could take. I don't think it's as serious as some have made it out to be, where it's gonna automatically bend in your pocket the second you put it in there. But I do think to some extent there is a chance of the iPhone 6 Plus bending, especially if you're not using a case, just based off how thin and how big the phone is. But in terms of this test and using it for 30 days, I was thinking I should probably use it for 30 days without a case to really see if anything happens. Or do you guys think maybe I should split it up 2 weeks with, 2 weeks without? Definitely let me know with a comment down below. Now, one of the biggest issues I'm curious to see if it improves and how fast it improves is app optimization on the iPhone 6 Plus, because as of now, it is not very good at all. So I'm sure, as most of you know, the iPhone 6 Plus has a 1920 by 1080p display, which sounds simple, but it's a little more complex than that in the sense that Apple renders the image at 3 times. So if you take a screenshot on your iPhone 6 Plus, it's actually at 2208 by 1242. And then from there, Apple actually downscales that back into the 1080p window. So it's a little bit weird. Right now, text is overblown, it's not scaled right, it looks a little pixelated and not as crisp as it should be on the larger screen. So there's a lot of work to be done. Not only that, but in addition to text, when we see more apps start to take advantage of landscape mode, because that in itself is one of the reasons why you'd want to choose the iPhone 6 Plus over the 6. Now, in terms of consuming media in regards to watching YouTube, Netflix, movies, it is fantastic. It is super good for the first time ever. But in all seriousness, it is a super pleasurable experience, and that kind of leads me into my next question, something I want to find out over the challenge. That is, how will it affect my tablet use? Now, to begin with, I'm the kind of guy where if you put a laptop or a tablet in front of me, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna grab the laptop. That's just how I am. I do prefer the 7-inch form factor as far as tablets go, whether it's a Nexus 7 or iPad mini, in regards to just kicking back and consuming media. But with the challenge and using the iPhone 6 Plus on a day-to-day basis, I'm starting to lean and think that it would completely replace any tablet usage for me, period. So that about wraps up this video. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update in terms of how I'm handling my coverage with the iPhone 6 Plus, just a little bit of an impressions as well. If you guys have any feedback or things you want to see covered in my challenge, definitely let me know by dropping a line down below. I'll actually have a link over to the new TLD website, and if you want to leave a comment there, it's a little bit easier to track and manage. That way I can make sure and see that for my challenge. And if you're also interested in more of a day-by-day approach in terms of following my challenge, make sure to follow me on Twitter at TLD Today. Aside from that, if you guys like the idea of this challenge or think it may be helpful, definitely let me know by hitting that like button. It is much appreciated, and of course, in return, you get a virtual high five at your face. Now, if you happen to miss anything at all, I'll have everything recapped down in the description below, along with the gear that I use to make these videos. Again, this is Jonathan with TLD. Hope you guys enjoy this idea, and I will see you guys later.